What is good? I do not agree with any of these stupid videos that talk about Sagittarius because they do not know us. We are super misunderstood. Definitely misunderstood. The most misunderstood zodiac sign of the whole astrology. Okay? The stars align and we have the North Star. Boom. Anyways. So, no. Um, I believe that a lot of times, and this is very interesting because where it says manipulative, I have met some Sagittarius who I can agree this for. Um, Basically, it's because it's just favoritism. It's just like, that's like anybody's problem, really. So, like, if you have a bunch of friends that have known you for a long time or whatever, and they just feel sorry for you all the time. Apparently, you know, they can you they can be manipulated, but that's anybody. Um, where it says something about the manipulative part, honestly, anybody can manipulate anybody. And if it was to say that we are the most manipulative, that's a load of bull. Why do I say this? Because being a Sagittarius, what I've come to understand is that if I ever wanted to win an award or do something, wonderful, and it benefit not just myself but everybody else, for some reason it's like there's this sort of how dare you. And the reason why I say that, like, where it benefits everybody, is because every time I've won something, I've never kept the money. I've literally given the money away. And that's like every time I enter a contest or something, you can ask anybody. I have witnesses, I have receipts. So they have literally thanked me because as I listen, I do this because I love to do it. And I'm talking about, like, if I sing, if I draw, if I enter a drawing contest, if I enter any kind of contest that where I believe that I can conquer or achieve something, I I the benefits, whatever I get, I pass it on. I do the because I'm a firm believer in the pay it forward. You know, um, achieving is my reward. Being able to prove to myself that I can achieve and I can win something. That's my reward. And then I gave away $300 of my prize money, and that was what I won, and I gave it away to a friend. My friend needed gas money and a way to pursue getting her dream job, and I said, listen, you need this right now. You need this really bad, and I'm happy and I'm honored to be able to say that I can help you out and give this to you. So the way that Sagittariuses are, if we're able to do something for someone, without question, we do it immediately. And a lot of times we screw ourselves for that, because the 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 good gestures and the good deeds are rarely remembered. If we get angry or we, like, get frustrated, we cuss somebody out one time, all of a sudden it's like we've done it like 10 times and we're this bad person. I'm like, oh, you know what? Basically, it's like, how dare you express your anger, Sagittarius? How dare you act as though, you can achieve or accomplish anything? It's like, it's just all these people just trying to keep another person down. And a lot of times it's a bunch of people trying to keep a Sagittarius down. And this is the truth. You know? It's like we're not allowed to achieve anything. It's like, how dare you? We're not allowed to conquer and come up on top. How dare we want to aspire to become something, positive? for ourselves and for others. Because I don't know a single Sagittarius who doesn't want to achieve something for themselves, but then also want to give it back to other people, who they know they deserve it. We want to have a sense, if we want to have control over something, is that we want to have control over making sure that the bad guy does not get, the last laugh. The reason why I say bad guys, because there's a lot of people who we can see they're not very good, and they always get away with everything. And you're literally watching this, but because you're a Sagittarius, nobody's going to want to listen to you. Because you're just so bad. It's just so bad, so dangerous. I'm like waking up. I'm tired. I don't care. It's just, I just wanted to pick a subject today. And today was the subject of the Sagittarius, and how we're always, in every freaking video, they say the wrong things. And they're always noticed. I bet you. And you can test this. You don't even have to listen to me. Every time you see a video about Sagittarius, they will never ever list a lot of positive things. They'll go they'll list like one good thing, and it's usually optimistic, perky, and fun. That's it. Then they go straight to blasting us and talking about, oh, but they're this, they're that, they're manipulative, and they're impulsive. Okay, listen. Let's discuss this impulsive bull crap. We actually think strategically. Why? Reason why I say that is because, and that's not in a bad way, we take a time to think things over before we engage. No one ever mentions that. That's actually something we do. Something else that we do. Okay, so the whole impulsive bull crap is that I really don't know where they get that from, because honestly, there are times where if we do, I guess, something that's considered impulsive, like let's say somebody gets us angry in the street, and we have to react. Well, we react with what we can react with, and that's usually what people go by, because most people can see that. But that's anybody. That's like any zodiac sign. If somebody's gonna attack your family in the middle of the street and you have to defend yourself and do something, like it's just bullcrap. Other than that, Sagittarius is, we think things over. And I'm trying literally to give more and more examples that people can stop and go, oh, let me second guess that, because it's true. There are a lot of misunderstandings with this zodiac sign, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a video myself, and I'm going to literally go to a lot of people and ask, what's your opinion on Sagittarius? And and all the so-called traits that they say that we have, I'm gonna say, okay, explain this. Explain why you find, or explain a situation where you've found them impulsive. Explain this, explain that. And that's gonna probably be on my other channel. And we'll just see. But I bet you 100% other Sagittarius will be like, you know what? Yeah, people are always dogging on us, and I'm not even understanding that. And then, of course, they never say anything negative about a Leo. They lift all these positive traits about a Leo, and they'll go on and on. I don't know what that's about, because I can actually list a lot of negatives, because I dated one, and I have been friends with many, and it's very hard to find the good Leos. It's very hard. But they are there. They are there. I have some really good Leo friends. There's, for the most part, a lot of Leos, they just think about themselves. and they are very selfish, but a lot of people will not say that. I don't know why. I think it's because they're trying to favor the lion symbol. I'm like, listen here, that person is not Aslan, so don't come over here and try to paint a perfect innocent picture about a Leo, because a lot of times they're just very selfish. And they want all the attention for themselves. They're very selfish. Um, Giving, usually it's because they're going to be given something in return. Yes, this is true. I know all about that. But nobody will ever say that on the astrology videos. Oh, God forbid. Then we proceed to the Pisces. They're very, very emotional. To some people, they would seem very meek and very weak, but they're not weak. They're very strong. They're tough. When I say that they're strong, they're very tough, and they will not take any crap. That's true. I haven't really heard anything that's not true about Pisces. They've been pretty on point with that, and that's a good thing. Capricorn, they can really dig deeper, but that's because, honestly, whoever is doing these videos does not really know a lot about, like, Capricorns and all the signs. Like, they don't know everything. They just know, basically, they're repeating whatever is written on Google or some crap. But if you've actually experienced a high number of that zodiac sign, then you actually have full knowledge. Like, if you, I'm not talking about if you know 2 people, if you know 4 people. No, you have to, like, know like a handful of these type of individuals, which I can say I do. I know, okay, a lot of Capricorns. I know you cannot argue with them. They are right all the time, even if they're not. They have to be. You cannot argue with them. They will always correct you, and they will always, you're wrong and they're always right. This is a fact. If you are going to prove a point, you better have, like, book facts. And even then, they probably still will not agree with you. You're still wrong. Okay? This is a fact. I'm going off, and I'm playing with my hair a lot because, you know, I can. And actually, I think it's kind of cool. It reminds me of there's an anime character that has this kind of hair. And I think it's really, really neat. So, yeah. I'm into Japanese anime. Completely random. Just threw that out there. Just felt like it. Alright. And then, Virgo, they're pretty on point. They're really on point, with that. They could actually add some more positives with the Virgo also. A few more negatives too, because there's a lot that they don't mention that I do know about. There's like I said, there's a shitload of negatives that they could be mentioning about the Leo, but they don't mention it at all. There's, about Taurus, there's actually a lot more positives that they're not listing. They just, again, it's one of those things that they list a lot of negatives on Tauruses, because Tauruses, people cut them off every time they talk. Same thing with Virgo. Virgo and Taurus, they get cut off the most whenever they speak. This is a fact. No one ever mentions that crap. And I feel bad for them. So that's why I'm telling you this is a fact. So there's a lot of positive things about the Taurus that they're not mentioning. They just like to slaughter that sign. And when it comes to Aquarius, there's a lot of negatives that they're not adding as well. But other than that, everything else is on point. I'm trying to do this faster. Cancer, they almost got it almost right. There's a lot of negatives that they could be adding again. There's also a lot of positives that they should be adding. This is just me saying whether they need to add more positives or negatives. Scorpio, there's a lot more positives that they could be adding. Everybody just likes to paint this ugly picture about Scorpio just because, what, it's got the symbol of a scorpion? You know, Scorpios are actually very caring individuals. I've met a lot of Scorpios. They are very caring. It's just that they come off very mysterious, and so people they read the outside instead of getting to know the person